Here we have ads from the UK, only 22 years old, 200k funded with us here at My Funded FX. So, hope you guys enjoyed this interview and this chart breakdown where he shows us how he made over $3,000 profit with these two trades.
Yeah, so if you want to just give us so say we've got obviously gold right now. If you want to give us an overall breakdown, like what can you see, what's on your charts, a little bit of an analysis.
Okay, so I know a lot of people just saw like a lot of lines in there. You can ignore them for now. Now, one of my main principles when it comes to just overall market structure and the charts is just really determining the market structure, the direction, things like that. So what I just do before I just jump on the charts is just understanding the market cycles. We have basically very simply an uptrend. Okay, it's literally as simple as this, like an uptrend. Then we have the market sometimes consolidate. Well, not sometimes, but always. And then that will usually shift into a downtrend, right? These are the only three phases that we have in the market. And when it comes to just me understanding the market right now, what I've stopped trying to do right now is trying to predict too much and instead just react. So if
Love
you
that.
guys have seen my like Twitter and things like that, I've been talking about how I passed this challenge and this 100k challenge, and it was simply just through one pair and one session. It was one or two sessions, but if I'm trading one session, I'm usually closing it within that session. And what I have here, I'm basically a support resistance trader, price action based. And yeah, very simply, I have obviously a few other pairs which I have been looking at and I do breakdowns for. But for myself personally, I just like trading one pair, one session. It keeps me disciplined. And in general, gold does move quite volatile. So there
Yeah.
happens to be a setup almost every day. It's not an A plus setup. I'm not saying I trade every single day, but there is usually a decent setup daily with gold. And what I'm doing most of the time is just trading from support to resistance. Like let's just have a look at one trade
Nice.
yesterday, which I passed. Yeah, one trade I passed like a 200k account with. It was literally just this trade here. It's like a 1 to 2, which I
Nice and
secured.
easy.
Yeah, it was just literally a bounce off this level of support here.
Getting
Obviously,
it.
I obviously implement different price action sort of signals and just sort of confirmations. 15 minute, I like to use 30 minute and the 5 minute. And usually it's just I'm in and out. Like this is just one trade right here. Let's just try and look for another one.
If we pause on that trade, if we can go back
Sure.
onto that trade right quickly. Now, say the obviously in my head, this is how I can see it. Obviously, left hand side, we've got the wick, and it was obvious in New York session, and then liquidity is open, and then you've entered in. What are you thinking, and what is the so from there, I'm assuming that's enough data just from this chart. Like, what is the thought process? Like, left hand side is created and hit the support. Why
Yeah.
entering there?
Okay.
Why is the stop loss there, and why is the take profit there? I mean, to me, it makes sense, but if you could dumb it
Yeah,
down.
great question. No, for sure. Basically, what I have is understanding these support resistance lines or
Hmm.
supply and demand, whatever you want to call them. I
Hmm.
have my purple ones as my higher time frame ones, so like the daily, weekly,
Nice.
and then just the blue ones are simply 1 hour, 4 hour. Just keep it as simple as that. And these are
Nice.
areas, obviously, which are decision points. I just call them decision points because
Hmm.
when price usually hits this area, we can just look back time and time again because it's a 1 hour, 4 hour zone. You can see
Hmm.
that if we just obviously followed it all the way across, there are decisions at these areas, and these yellow dots indicate where potential
Yep.
trade was from. So these
Yep.
are other trades as well, but that's in the past. So when I understand that this is a decision point that the market is approaching, all I'm looking for there realistically is just rejection, signs of confirmation that the market wants to go in the
So
opposite
simple.
direction. Yeah,
So simple, so simple. I love it because ultimately, this type of strategy is support resistance, supply demand, key level trading, whatever you want to do, price action trading, and it's a simple strategy. And I love it. Like, I literally can see, and it makes total sense as soon as you do it. Let's find another trade. Could you find a losing
yeah.
trade for me?
What? Sorry, a losing trade. Yeah.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is another losing trade. So just before this trade, I took a little loss, I believe, on another account. It was, where was it now? I think it was right here. So
Hmm.
this, I just go into the 5 minute. It's not the best sort of structure I could find, but this is what I could got right now. So over here, what I did was enter impulsively. So
Hmm.
not on this area here. I think I entered around this area here.
Hmm.
And basically at this point here, I just didn't see any rejections. I thought, okay, with timing and price, I can expect, a bounce off this area since it's taken out these two equal lows right here.
Hmm.
And I thought that's a grab of liquidity and the market can move up. Had my targets at this purple level here. And as you
Hmm.
can see, we took that loss right there. But then the next level actually held and make that trade back for me.
Yeah, yeah. And I love this. If I can just quickly make a very, very strong point here for everyone to see. Ultimately, yes, he lost on that one and we showed a loss, but the one reason why I wanted to pick it out is you can actually see the idea and the concept is exactly the same as the second trade. And one of the things I say about trading is it's ultimately just pattern recognition. If you can copy and paste and every trade actually looks the same, then that means your strategy is you're trading your strategy ultimately, because you have a list of confidences and they should look very, very similar across the board. Yes and no, like some of them will look different, but ultimately overall they should look the same. So if he's obviously talking about support and resistance, his entry should be there, his take profit should be around there, and you can see that's exactly what he showed us on those two trades. Do you want to show us one more and then we'll go on to your dashboard?
Yeah, sure. So this is one example I've got right here, like a 1 to 2.5, nice and simple. And this was during the time I think I was taking the phase 2 of this My Funded FX challenge. And the beauty of it is, like I said, one pair, one session. Obviously, I know what my system is, so I just literally take action and I take the trade when I see my opportunity present itself. If it doesn't present itself in a good way and it doesn't tick all the boxes in my checklist, then it's genuinely just leave it fully alone. I have no regret. In the past I would, but nowadays it's not like that. But over here, very simple strategy again. If we just look at it here, I started to see this downtrending structure. So again, structure is a big part. We had this lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we have other tools like the Fibonacci, which you can use, from the low to the high, and it came into my sort of discounted area. A few sort of, you can argue sort of smart money. Yeah, confluences and these smart money concepts you can add into like an order block right here with imbalance below it. There's a lot of depth I can go into, but just to keep it short and simple, level of resistance at the end of the day.
Exactly.
It occurred at around New York. Yeah, it occurred at New York session, reversal sort of time, and we saw a rejection, engulfing. I actually missed this first part, but luckily I got in on the retracement of this. Put my stop loss nice and safely above this previous high because the past told me that the market's come up to this area and had a nice drop off there. So I just applied that same sort of ideology here, there, and then we had a bit of a nice push right here. Decided to close at this sort of area here. Could have held, obviously, not really need for it.
Yes, yeah, I love that. What you just said, no need for it. Ultimately, that's what I literally just read on the 48 Powers of Law. When you aim for victory and that's your goalpost, don't move it, don't change it. Just take your victory and take your target, and that's it.
Word.
I love that. Right, let's go on to your lovely dashboard, which whatever account you want to show us. I mean, this is what your dashboard will look like, guys, as you go on to it.
First time actually jumping into this, and usually do everything off my MetaTrader, but what we have here is obviously my phase 1 account, and this is the equity curve that we have for it. Pretty steady, pretty slow.
Beautiful.
I think I can't remember exactly how long it took, something like 7 trading days. But I was, like I said, just doing one pair, one session, and really just going through my system and really just practicing what I preach in regards to just sticking to my system and never really deviating. I mean, every time I failed the challenge, I have noticed that I've failed it for many different reasons in terms of like trading in different sessions. You don't know what the variable is. Is it the technical analysis that's wrong? Was it the session timing that was wrong? Was it, there's so many other variables that was it the pair and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, this is what I've got to work with right now.
Beautiful.
Where else can I find? I think
it's a nice simple equity curve as well. Like literally just trades up, down, like no too much to it.
Yeah. So this is my phase 1, just to double check. And yeah, we had the daily overview here, trade history.
How much are you risking per trade?
Like 1.5 actually. 1.5% was my average that I was going through. So yeah, the average was 1.5%, but 1% is my base. And then what I noted, one sort of not trick that I use, but one part of my strategy is just actually adding not more lots, but just adding more lots in when I'm in drawdown. So one more position. So I'm not exactly risking 2%. Yeah, not risking 2%, just risking around 1.5%. Usually when it's in drawdown. So that's my phase 1. Phase 2 is right here. And you can see again, I actually delayed this for a while. I didn't see a setup. And then I just took another trade right here. 3% gain, delayed it, and then took another trade. So I mean, these are days getting past, and I'm not, trading, and I'm just really taking action, taking the trades whenever I see my opportunity.
And then live, right?
And then now my live account, I've just made literally just 0.5%, took a 1-to-1 risk to reward, 0.5% risk, 0.5% gain. And the point of this is just so I can secure the refund, because I told you before with that 300k account, which I passed in one go, literally last time I had a problem with my social trader tools, which I'm probably never going to use again, but we'll see.
I had the same thing, bro. They costed me a 5k profit and a 50k account. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. Crazy. I know. I think Yeah, I think on this occasion it was my fault. I didn't set the risk properly, so it just like doubled or tripled the risk on one of the trades, and it just blew the day Jordan.
Right.
But with this, yeah, the point of this is that because I'm trading other challenges right now, the way I try to do it is just trade each account individually, and I have a lot more focus that way. I've tried to do that thing where, you know, you trade a challenge and a live account at the same time by connecting them, and then honestly, the psychology, I can't, I can't deal with that.
Me neither. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
So-
This is beautiful. And if I can just hone in on a few things which I can spot is you guys can see ultimately, don't forget, he's only taking trades when he can see them. So he's waiting for it. He's waiting for an art on his craft. Another thing is when he said basically he adds into positions, what we like to call this, or what most people call this, is you can either say risk on, risk off, but that's more market conditions. But another way is dynamic risk. We have that as well in our trading. So you're adding to those positions. You're not necessarily adding and just increasing it or gambling. If there is another setup and another opportunity, you kind of increase that risk and have that for that trade. So that can also increase your risk to reward because you get a better entry on the second time. And also he does it at 0.5%. So therefore it is a little bit lower risk as an overall as well. So mate, I really, really appreciate you jumping in on this interview. I mean, if you had to finalize My Funded FX as an overall, what would you say to the people and how have you had your experience with My Funded FX so far?
Honestly, especially with the trading conditions, because I think that's one thing that a lot of people underrate in this industry. Trading conditions are amazing. The whole unlimited time limit thing. This was the first firm I tried it with, and honestly, it's been very impactful. The support is great. The whole, even the dashboard and things like that. The whole website, everything's, and the Discord as well. Don't forget. Support probably one of the quickest firms in the ever I've worked with. So definitely give credit where it's due. And this is definitely one firm I want to get max funded with again. So I've got 100k now. I'm going to do a 200k challenge hopefully when I pass another one. So I'll go back onto this and hopefully secure the maximum allocation.
Definitely will. You definitely will. And adds a final thing again. If they want to find you, where can they find you on social media?
Yeah, for sure. So Sniper Ads is my socials, Instagram, Twitter. Mainly I'm active on those two, a lot of educational content there, and especially my YouTube right now. I'll probably do another full in-depth video of my specific trades and things like that, breakdowns. All finds everything. You can find everything over there. Sniper Ads.
Okay. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you. Thanks for your time, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for bringing me on.
So thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and copy your challenge in the link in the description below. 15% off, and it helps support me and support this channel to bring you guys more chart breakdowns and interviews to help you learn and earn and inspire. See you in the next one. Champ out. Peace.